MLS teams are spending big in 2025. Now, this was a trend that started in 2024 as well, where we saw several teams breaking their transfer fee record. And we're going to talk about some of the players that are rumored to come to MLS in 2025, deals that have already happened, what they mean, where they're going, and how much they cost. But before we do that, guys, make sure you like this video down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We are closing in on 6,000 subscribers, and our goal is to hit that number by MLS opening day. With your help, I know we can do it. We are less than 600 away. So subscribe if you haven't already and hit that little bell notification so you never miss any of my videos. Now, last year we saw several players come to Major League Soccer and several teams break their transfer fee record. We saw Chicago Fire do that, signing Hugo Kuipers. We saw FC Dallas do that by signing Peter Musa. We saw San Jose do this when they signed Hernan Lopez in the summer, which was a transfer fee record for them as well. And that trend has continued in 2025. Now, starting off with the MLS transfer record, which could be broken very soon. But as of now, this gentleman holds the record, and that's Kevin Denkey. Kevin Denkey was recently bought by FC Cincinnati for $16.2 million. This is a big deal because it's MLS transfer record. They're getting a 23-year-old striker who has a lot of potential. Belgian League Golden Boot winner in 2023-2024. 27 goals he scored last year. And FC Cincinnati has been looking for a consistent, lethal goal scorer, and that has been the missing piece, someone who can link up with Lucho Acosta. That's what they're hoping they got with Kevin Denkey. You pay for what you get, or you get what you pay for, right? Whatever way you want to say it. And Kevin Denkey is a player that Major League Soccer could have never gotten in years past, a guy that would never have came to Major League Soccer at 23 years old, especially after winning the Golden Boot in the Belgian Pro League. This is a huge get for FC Cincinnati. This has probably been my favorite signing so far this offseason in league-wide, just because of how big of a deal this is. And I can't wait to see what he does for Cincinnati in 2025, how many goals he scores, especially if Lucho Acosta ends up staying. And here's the thing too, guys. When you sign a player with this at that level of fee or that cost, they have to be one of the best players in the league. When you're breaking the MLS transfer record fee, they have to be a top 3 to top 5 player in the league, in my opinion, because of what you're paying for. So we'll be interesting to see if Kevin Denkey is able to live up to those expectations. But that right there is probably my favorite signing so far. Now, moving on to Austin FC. Austin FC broke their transfer record twice, actually, this offseason. First, they signed Brandon Vasquez from Monterrey. Brandon Vasquez is an interesting player because he had some success with Cincinnati, looked really good, got a transfer to Monterrey. I think it was around $6 million to $7 million. And then he really didn't break through or shine through like many expected him to do with Monterrey. And some people had even reported that maybe they would buy him out. Now, I was skeptical of that because I didn't see Monterrey just willingly buying him out instead of trying to either get him back in good form with the team, loaning him out. I didn't think they were just going to give up on him like that, but they were able to sell him to Austin FC for $10 million. I personally think that's a little bit of an overpay. I don't think he has done enough to warrant that type of transfer fee, but hey, Austin FC are willing to spend money. $10 million for Brandon Vasquez. We will see what he can do with Austin FC in 2025. And one of his partners he has is not Sebastian Driussi, who recently went back to River Plate, a team he started off with. I think it was around $9 to $10 million for him, but he's going to be playing next to Mirko Uini, who currently plays for Granada in the Segunda Division, played in the Liga last year. Now, they paid $12.3 million for him, which I think is a little bit of an overpay for a 29-year-old winger striker. He can play anywhere up top, but it's a little bit of an overpay for him just because he's only had one season in the top division. He is a Hungarian league veteran. That's the highest division he'd played before he went to Granada. He had 12 goals for a relegated team last year in La Liga, which isn't too bad, but I still think the $12.3 million is a little steep. But we're seeing Austin FC being willing to spend money on their team, $22 million this offseason. That has never happened before. That is a good step in the right direction. You're seeing a team spend $22 million, and they only sold Driussi for like I said, 9 to 10. So that's a good step in the right direction. Austin FC is willing to spend. Now, will it result in wins? That is to be determined. Heading in the right direction. Let me know in the comment section how you feel about Austin FC's moves thus far in the offseason. Did they overpay for these two guys? Did they pay just the right amount? Or did they get a steal? Let me know what you guys think down below. Now, we're getting into the team that has spent the most. When these two transfers go through, this is the team that spent the most. Atlanta United are back, baby. We're talking Arthur blank checks, writing them, cashing them, doesn't matter. Money is no object to this man. Okay. So the first one is Emanuel Latt. And if you've been following me, you know how I feel about this gentleman. I'm not saying he's not good, but 20 million for a championship striker with only 27 goals and 57 appearances, never played in the first division league before, other than the Swiss league, but the Swiss league is not very good. Seems steep. I'm coming around to it a little bit, but it still seems a little steep. He's talented. I don't know if he's worth 20 million, but Atlanta United are apparently competing with other Premier League teams for his signature. So they're fighting and battling it out with other Premier League teams to get a player that seems like a hot commodity. So if Atlanta United's able to get a player like that, that is impressive. Now, like I said, he had 27 goals in 57 matches. I'll be very curious to see what he can do under Ronny Deila, which is another big acquisition for them, an MLS Cup winning head coach. That is a huge sign for them, especially with their turnstile of coaches. None of them have worked out since Tata Martino. But Emanuel Latt I think, will be very good under Ronny Deila, kind of like what Tati Castellanos was when he played from New York City FC. So that is an interesting signing. I'll be curious to see. I'm going to be really, I said earlier in the video that when you sign someone, which this would be a record transfer fee, $20 million, he will be the MLS record transfer fee incoming player. When you sign someone like that, they have to be a top 3, top 5 player in the league. So I'm going to be comparing him to Kevin Denkey. Now, Kevin Denkey obviously won the Golden Boot in the Belgian league, which is the top league and which is the first division in Belgium, and it's probably top 9 league in the world. I'm going to be directly comparing these two to see which one is more productive, especially because one was more expensive than the other. And I'm going to see their career trajectories and see how they do in MLS. And they're going to be tied together just because the fees are very close, and one's going to be passing the other one for the record fee. And they're going to be compared for the rest of their careers in MLS, and I'm going to see who does better. But it'll be interesting to see. They're willing to spend. They're getting a decent striker. We'll see how well he plays. And the other person that they're trying to get is Miguel Amiron, the guy who was the first DP in Atlanta United history. They're going to be spending $12.3 million on him, bringing him back, uniting him with Atlanta United, united with Atlanta United. And they have Miranchuk too. This team is going for it, guys. This team is really, really putting all their chips on the table. They are going for it in 2025. They could give Inter Miami some problems. They could be a sleeper pick to be the first overall seed in the Eastern Conference. We already saw what they did last year when they didn't even have as many resources, didn't have as many players. They sold all their guys. And Brad Guzan played hero ball. And they were competitive, able to beat Inter Miami in the first round. We will see what Atlanta United will do in 2025. But this team could be very, very scary. And it's exciting. This is good for the league. $32 million spent by Atlanta United. That is great to see. I love it. More of that, less cheap teams in Major League Soccer. Let's keep it up. Now, moving on to San Diego FC. Now, they technically bought Chucky Lozano in the summer, but he's not playing until now. They spent 12 million euros on Chucky Lozano. And this is a guy that's been chased by several MLS teams over the years, LAFC. I think there was rumors with the Galaxy. There's been several teams in the fold for Chucky Lozano, but San Diego FC gets him. They spent a pretty penny for him, 12 million euros. You love to see it. He's only 29. I think he might be 30, actually might be 30 now. Close. He'll be turning 30 this year, no matter what. He'll be 30 in the 2025 season, but they're buying a premier player, at least for Major League Soccer, buying him from PSV, obviously played at Napoli, was good at both. Maybe not as good at Napoli as many people thought he would, but not bad. And he's coming to MLS at 29 years old, going on 30. Great signing. You're paying for what you get. You love to see it, especially in an expansion team. I can't remember the last time we saw an expansion team spin like this. I'm trying to do it off the top of my head. I know St. Louis City SC didn't spin like this. Charlotte FC didn't spin like that. They are spending wads of cash, and the owner is loaded. So you love to see it. And they also signed Anders Dreyer from Anderlecht. This was a steal, in my opinion. This guy's value on transfer market was around 10 million euros. They bought him for 5.5. He was second in the Golden Boot race in the Belgian Pro League, only behind one Kevin Denkey in 2023, 2024, which is really impressive as a winger. I really like that signing. The more research and information I get about him as a player, I really, really like that signing. I think he could be really good. Both of these guys on the wing. I'll be curious to see what they do up top, but they've spent $17.5 million so far in 2020 for the 2025 season on players, and they're rumored to be possibly getting Kevin De Bruyne, who might not demand a huge transfer fee or a transfer fee at all, but he's going to demand a significantly steep salary. So San Diego FC is willing to spend, and you love to see it if you're an MLS fan like me. Now, this is kind of a bonus one. This is one that hasn't really went through yet, but it's seems like it's all but done, and it's really heading that direction. And it's Lucas Sanabria, a Uruguayan midfielder who the Galaxy apparently beat out Benfica for because they had progressed further in the negotiations. 21-year-old defensive midfielder, reportedly a €5 million fee or $5 million fee. They could go up to $6 million, and the rich just keep getting richer. The LA Galaxy won the MLS Cup in 2024, and they lost Brugman to Nashville because they had to trade him. They just traded Marky Delgado, but they're adding quality players to an already good team. This is what you want to see in this league. You want teams to not get worse on a year-to-year basis. You want to see them improve, even if they were already good. You don't want to see a team fall off. I don't care who it is. You don't want to see a team have to just have a fire sale and completely plummet compared to what they were in the previous season. LA Galaxy are getting better, it seems, which is crazy to think because this is a team that already just won MLS Cup. I can't wait to see how good he is. He's apparently, from some people I've talked to, a very, very bright player with a lot of upside. Maybe won't be in MLS very long. They're paying a pretty good fee for a defensive midfielder from Nacional. So this is what we like to see, guys. This is what makes it so enjoyable in the offseason when you see teams committed to spending, committed to winning, and just committed to giving their fans hope, right? Now, I'm not saying you have to spend the most money to win, but it does inspire confidence to see your team go out there and try to get talented players, which you have to buy most of the time. And this has been an exciting offseason, guys. I'm excited for the 2025 MLS season. It's right around the corner. It's about a month away or a little less than a month away. Teams are going to be improved. Bad teams are improving. Good teams are starting. Well, maybe a couple aren't staying the same, but most of them are staying the same or slightly improved. And I think it's going to be a very, very competitive 2025. And I want to know what you guys think. Who is your favorite signing so far this offseason? Who do you think is the biggest signing so far or biggest rumored likely signing so far in the 2025 MLS offseason? Let me know down below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the little bell notification so you never miss a video. And until next time, guys, I will see you all soon.